In Norse mythology, Balder is one of the most beloved gods, representing light, purity, and beauty. As the son of Odin and Frigg, Balder's radiant and gentle nature made him a favorite among the gods and humans alike. However, his story is not one of eternal happiness, but rather a tragic tale that marks a pivotal moment in the mythology of the Aesir gods. Balder's death is one of the most significant events in Norse mythology, and it signals the beginning of the end of the world, known as Ragnarök. Balder's character in Norse mythology is often associated with the qualities of light, joy, and goodness. His mother, Frigg, the goddess of fertility and love, was fiercely protective of him. His father, Odin, the chief of the gods, also held him in high esteem. Balder's beauty and purity were so revered that he became a symbol of goodness and hope in the cosmos. The gods admired him, and he was often depicted as the shining, innocent figure among the Aesir. Despite the admiration Balder received, his life was marked by a tragic prophecy. It was foretold that Balder would die, and this fate would bring about the downfall of the gods. When the gods learned of this prophecy, Frigg, determined to prevent it, sought out every being and object in the world to extract an oath from them that they would never harm her son. She succeeded in securing promises from almost everything in existence: trees, animals, stones, metals, and even diseases. The only thing Frigg overlooked was the mistletoe, which seemed harmless and insignificant. As time passed, the gods began to amuse themselves by throwing objects at Balder, confident that he was invulnerable. Anything they threw would simply bounce off of him, a testament to the power of his mother's protective efforts. However, Loki, the trickster god who was known for his cunning and mischief, quickly realized that Balder's invulnerability was a weakness in disguise. He took advantage of Frigg's oversight with the mistletoe. Loki fashioned a dart out of mistletoe and presented it to Höður, Balder's blind brother. Loki tricked Höður into throwing the dart at Balder, knowing full well that it would strike him fatally. When the mistletoe dart pierced Balder's heart, he fell dead, and the gods were left in shock and despair. Balder's death marked a profound turning point in the mythology, not only because it was the death of one of the most beloved gods, but also because it foretold the coming of Ragnarök, the cataclysmic destruction of the world. Balder's death left a lasting impact on the gods and the entire cosmos. The gods, deeply mournful, sought to bring Balder back to life. They sent the messenger Hermóður to the realm of the dead, Hel, to ask for Balder's release. Hel, the goddess of the underworld, agreed to release Balder, but only if every living being, from the gods to the rocks, wept for him. However, Loki, in disguise, refused to weep, thus preventing Balder's resurrection. The death of Balder was irreversible, and it set in motion the events that would lead to the destruction of the gods during Ragnarök. The myth of Balder is laden with symbolism and meaning, especially in relation to themes of fate, loss, and the inevitability of death. Balder represents the purity and goodness that is often vulnerable to the forces of chaos and destruction. His death, caused by a trick of Loki, serves as a reminder that even the gods cannot escape their fates. It also underscores the theme of sacrifice and the idea that loss is an unavoidable part of existence. Balder's death is not just a tragic event, it is a prelude to Ragnarök, which marks the end of the current world and the beginning of a new one. According to the myth, after Ragnarök, Balder will return, reborn and ready to usher in a new age of peace and light. His death and eventual resurrection represent the cyclical nature of life and death in Norse mythology, where even the greatest of losses can lead to a new beginning. The myth of Balder also illustrates the role of Loki in Norse mythology. Loki, the god of mischief, is a central figure in many of the myths, often causing trouble for the gods and leading to their downfall. His role in the death of Balder reveals his nature as a disruptor, someone who challenges the established order. Loki's trickery and deceit caused great pain for the gods and set the stage for the final battle of Ragnarök, where he would once again play a central role. In conclusion, Balder's story is one of the most poignant and significant in Norse mythology. As the god of light and purity, his death represents the fragility of goodness in the face of inevitable fate and the destructive forces that lurk in the world. His tragic end is not only a turning point in the mythological narrative, but also a symbol of the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth in the Norse worldview. Despite his death, Baldur's legacy lives on, and his eventual return after Ragnarök serves as a hopeful reminder that even in the darkest times, there is the possibility of renewal and a brighter future.